Yes, I want to talk about witchcraft. Witchcraft. Witchcraft is predominant in our present society. Witchcraft is everywhere. Witchcraft, witchcraft, witchcraft. It is it is something that people believe in. It's something that people put their faith in, and it is something that happens. People see that it happens. People see the effectiveness of it. They see the effectiveness of it, and so they put their heart in it and their soul in it. Witchcraft is predominant. It is one of the most um like thing, one of the most embraced thing in our society today. Business people, poor people, regular people, all type of people. In every culture, there is a custom, there are activities of witchcraft. Witchcraft is something that goes way back. It is one of the devil's vehicle to captivate humankind. Witchcraft is something that works. If it if it was not working, then it would not have been um it would not have been happening, and people would not have done anything concerning it. They would not have gotten themselves involved in it. But because it works, people are getting into it rampantly. They are getting into it universally. They are getting into it at a very fast and high rate. Youths, grown folks, old people, young people, children are now practitioners of witchcraft. Movies, music, and the list goes on. What is witchcraft? Witchcraft is demonic powers. It is demonic powers. And witchcraft is one of the instruments that allows the devil to administer his devilish works on planet Earth. Witchcraft kills people every day. A lot of incidents and accidents and tragedies were done because of witchcraft, had happened because of witchcraft. The implication of witchcraft. A lot of death and diseases and marital problems and family issues, issues of a society, issues of communities were and are the results of witchcraft. There are witches and warlocks and such people in our communities more than ever. The number of such people are growing exponentially. They are everywhere. Your very neighbor, your very sister, your very uncle, auntie, mother, grandmother, grandfather, stepfather could be a practitioner of witchcraft. Business people love it like hot bread. A lot of businesses right now are tied to witchcraft. A lot of businesses right now are involved in witchcraft because the owners, um, they were influenced by a practitioner to believe that it works. It works because they do whatever they have to do for their business to get better. They do whatever needs to be done for their business to get better. So they go to wherever they have to go to get the witchcraft done so that their business can work. And many business owners are doing these type of things. It's even rampant in the churches. There are a lot of witches and warlocks in the churches unaware. They are agents of Satan. They are everywhere. You would be surprised that young people, like school children, are now warlocks and witches, literally putting spells on the teachers for their own purposes, to their own advantage. They put spells on the teachers and they do things of that nature. Why are people so drawn to witchcraft? Because it works. It works, it happens. But it is the devil's belonging. It belongs to the devil because it is the power of the devil. The only way you are not able to be destroyed by it is if you are covered by the blood of Jesus Christ, if you are a servant of the Lord Jesus Christ. But if you're not, you are exposed to being victimized by witchcraft. A lot of young people are losing it now. If you look in the street, you could see a lot of young men losing their head. It is not always drugs. A lot of time, it's the result of witchcraft. One of the reasons why it is the number one, one of the reasons why it attracts people, it is because if you kill somebody by witchcraft, there is no evidence where a person can say, okay, this person killed this person, here's the evidence. There's no evidence when you kill somebody through witchcraft because you're dealing with spiritual powers. Therefore, what and how can you get evidence? How can you retrieve any form of evidence when the person was killed by demons? So this is one of the reasons why people see it as relevant and necessary to kill through it, because they will not be brought to courts. Because when you are in a court, you need to have evidence. You need to have materialistic evidence in order to substantiate your argument or case. You cannot win a case if you do not have any evidence. With witchcraft, you can literally kill somebody or do something, and if you are accused, that is as far as it's going to go. It's not going to go any further because they cannot retrieve any kind of evidence. So therefore, a lot of people are doing a lot of destruction through witchcraft. What people don't realize is that when they go to a witchcraft person to get their thing done, they have opened a door, and that person is going to put a demon in them. Most of the time when you go to a witch or a warlock for help or for business purposes or whatever your case might be, they are going to put a spirit in you. Because if you go to them, that means you got to pay for what you are going to do. When you go, they're going to put a spirit in you, and that spirit is to manipulate you. That spirit is to puppet master you, okay, so that you could come back. They're going to put situations in your life that's going to cause you to come back to them, because that's how it works. That's how they make their money. Okay? They could literally put a spell of sickness on somebody of your family or you, and have you come to them, and they could remove the spirit and have you think or thought that you will heal. But it's not that you will heal on a genuinely or godly. You will literally being manipulated and tricked. But as they have put a spirit on you, a spirit of sickness or infirmity, and when you come to them, they're gonna remove the spirit because they know what spirit they put on you, and you're gonna feel the difference, and you're gonna say, "Man, this is good. This works." But what you don't know is that they had put something on you to make you ill or make you miserable or tormented or whatever, and you go to them, and then they remove it and they make their money. You pay, they make their money, and they are going to manipulate you and keep you incarcerated, keep you confined to their tricks, so that they could keep you and use you. And when the devil is done with you, he just destroyed you. Teachers, police officers, the list goes on, practice witchcraft. Man, it is exponentially rampant. It is one of the most dominating thing right now in our today society, because people are becoming more and more conscious of its effectiveness. Not that it's good, it is not good, it is infernal, it is demonic, it is hell, it is the devil's belonging. People don't care, because what happened is, the thing about witchcraft is it is something that you could work with and still remain a thief. It is something that you can work with and still remain a murderer. It is something that you can work with and still remain a racist. It is something that you could work with and still remain a pedophile. See, when you go to Jesus, you have to change. You cannot manipulate the power of Jesus, because Jesus is God. You cannot do what you want with God. You cannot do what you want with God. You cannot tell God to go there and get you that woman, but you could do that with a demon. See? Like love charms and stuff like that. When you put a love charm spell on a woman or a man, if that man is not protected by God, okay, that demon is going to enter the body or life of that woman or man and cause that woman to feel a certain way. You would be able to manipulate that woman through dreams and whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be. Because that's how it goes. It's all about demons. It's demonic powers. When you are a practitioner of witchcraft, you have demons at your disposal. Hundreds, all type. All type. All type. What is a spell? A demon. What is a curse? A demon. Okay? And it's rampant. It's rampant all over. Witchcraft food. With restaurants. You have witches that works in restaurants. And they put a spell on the food. And when you eat that food, they got you. They got you. When you eat that food, they have you. And people are wicked. People are evil. People are evil. People are demonically evil. Okay? And witchcraft is one of the apparatus, if so to speak. Okay? Apparatus. One of the apparatus that relates to their wicked heart. See, they can do things with demons. Okay? They can manipulate things through demons. Alright? You have cases where people were born with the spirit of witchcraft because their parents were witches, whether if it's the mom or dad was a witch. Once your mother is a witch, automatically that is going to be given to you, because that's a covenant. And that's how the devil is able to perpetuate his works through generation, future generation. Once, see, the Bible said that if you train up a child in the way he should go, and when he get old, he will not depart. See, God give you the option to choose him, not the devil. Once you are a witch, it means that a covenant has already been established. Therefore, if you make a child, the devil will go into that child, even at the belly, in the belly. in the belly of the mom, the devil is going to enter that child and take possession, because that's how he does his thing. He does not give you a chance or an option. He literally take possession. Okay? And that child now is going to grow up with certain abilities, and he's going to think that it's a gift. He is going to think that it's a gift from God. A lot of people have certain gifts thinking that it's of God. It is not godly. It's not a lot of gifts, a lot of these abilities that a lot of people have, which they have no idea of how it got into their life. A lot of it is just the result of them being born in a witch family, and they just were given the demonic ability. Okay? And when they have these abilities, you see, the thing about witchcraft is that it allows you to do a lot of things. You can astral project, you can, you can telepathy, which give people thoughts and words. You speak to people like you could literally be a witch, and you send a demon of telepathy to your neighbor. Like, let's go to the beach or whatever. And then, the neighbor is going to have a thought, man, I want to go to the beach. But it's your neighbor, your witch neighbor, give you that thought. And so he's going to come now and say, like the thought would say, why don't you ask Vanessa to go to the beach with you? And then that's exactly what Vanessa wants, because she sent that telepathic thought to your head. These are the abilities. They could literally see things in the spirit realm. They could see what spirit is on you. What is your weakness? If you have a weakness of sex, they're going to see the sex demon on you. If you have a weakness of stealing, they're going to see it on you, because your eyes are open to the spirit realm. Okay? The curtain has been removed. The curtain that was put by God has been removed by the demonic ability. So they are able to see, and they are able to peep in people's life. Women are nosy. Women are inquisitive. Why do you listen to me? Do you know that there are more women practitioners of witchcraft than men? Why? Because women, the intrinsic of women is inquisitive, nosy, gossiping, curious. And the devil is going to pervert this part of women. This is why you have more women witchcraft practitioners than men. I'm telling you. You got more women in witchcraft than men, because it is in the women's nature to be curious. A curious person would always be captivated by the devil to become a witchcraft practitioner. I'm telling you, listen up, because this thing is very important. Okay? This is why you have more women practitioners of witchcraft than men, because women are more curious. Look at Eve. Look at Eve. Don't you think that the devil was in the garden before Eve was in the garden? Don't you think that the devil had a time to study Eve? The devil saw something in Eve which made him consider the possibility of manipulating her. Because women are inquisitive. Women are curious. They are nosy. Okay? But Eve inquisitiveness was not perverted yet. But you see, God put this part in women because women were made to nurse men. They were made to be a helpmate for men. So they have this kind of observative, tendency. It's something about them. They are very observant, because a woman has to be observant, because for you to take care of a person, you got to be observant. And so God put this in women, to be observant, and this was put there for the purpose of paying attention, as she was given the responsibility to nurse her husband, to do the things that are to be done in order to keep her husband in the way he should go, because woman has a responsibility, to take care of her husband, and and things of that nature. So she was given this ability, but the devil perverted it. So this is why you're going to find a lot of women practitioners of witchcraft, because it's listen to me. When you are able to astral project in your neighbor's apartment, and watch them and listen to their conversation, and even watch them have sex with their spouse, and if a woman is nosy, ooh, that's gonna be a vehicle for her to just be. That's gonna be a temptation. That's gonna be exciting for that nosy woman to go and peep in her neighbor's apartment and see her friend or whatever having sex with his wife or her husband. Yes, these things will happen. Sometimes you are in your house and you are having sex with your spouse, and a witch is in the corner just taking it all in. You don't know. You don't know. That's why they won't give up their witchcraft easily to serve Jesus, because of these abilities, of these things that they are able to do. They can communicate with each other in the spirit realm. They don't need to have a phone. They don't need to call you. A witch could literally speak to another witch in a distance. This is how deep this thing is. When they see these things and when they are able to do these things, you think they are going to want to let go and hold on to Jesus? Because when you give yourself to Jesus, you got to let go all those demons. No more astral projection, no more telepathy, no more intruding on people's life, no more messing with people with demons, no more dependent on demons to give you information. You are completely dependent, and they don't want that. They can't take that, because Jesus wants you to depend on him completely, and you cannot manipulate Jesus the way you are able to do with a demon. So many of them prefer to die. They prefer to die before they let go of their witchcraft ability. They have people who they repented, they got baptized, but they're still holding on to their demons. And they are able to speak things that people don't know, like personal things. Like you have a lot of witches would come and say, the Lord said, tell me, whatever. The Lord tell me that this lady is messing with a man. And it's true. It's true. And you be like, wow, how did she know? She's really a prophet. And these witches know that people don't test the spirits. A lot of people don't have discernment. So the church is full of witches that are pretending to be prophetess. Oh man, you would be surprised, man. You would be surprised that the very person that you admire as being a holy woman or an anointed woman is a witch, a 8-degree witch or a 10-degree witch. You would think it's a prophetess. It's not a prophetess. You can't manipulate God. You can't just tap into God and say God say. You gotta pray. You gotta fast. No, these witches could tap in and tell you things like, oh, I see that in your past, your father raped you or your uncle raped you and no one knew. But how do you think they were able to know? Demons. The demon told the witch, okay, her uncle raped her when she was 16. I saw you were raped when you were 16. Yabadabadu. A lot of you Christians are bewitched because what? You are so caught up with these things. Miracles. They could do things. Oh yeah, they could do some things. They could literally, a witch could put a spirit on you and make you sick. And when you come to the church, she's gonna say, Rabababa shabarabadabada. Oh, I see something. Hey. The spirit say that you have a sickness of you have an infirmity demon which cause you to breathe short, or which make you feel dizzy, or which this, and you be like, yes, it's true, that's how I feel. And she be like, okay, let me pray for you. And when she put her hand on you, more demons on you, and she gonna take away that demon, and you're gonna think it's done, but she put more demons on you and have you bewitched. Even the pastor is bewitched and he doesn't even know. And the witch be like, look at these fools. Look at these fools. They don't even know that I'm a witch. Look at these fools. Look at him. Call himself a man of God, and I bewitch him and his wife, and he doesn't even know. 1 John 4, chapter 4, verse 1, 2, and 3. Beloved, do not believe in every spirit, but test the spirits, whether they are of God, because many false prophets have gone out into the world. But by this you shall know the Spirit of God, that every spirit that confesses that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is of God. But every spirit that confesses not that Jesus Christ has come in the flesh is not of God. And that spirit is the Antichrist, which we heard is coming, that is already in the world. You didn't know. You didn't know. Do you know how many witches in churches? Do you know that these churches are loaded with witches? Why? Why are they coming to the church? Because they are children of God in those places. And they need to keep the children of God incarcerated, bewitched. Because once you keep a child of God bewitched, you interferes with the move of God. You interferes with the plan of God. Oh, you didn't know. People are drawn by what they see. That's why the Bible said, do not walk by faith and not by sight. Why? Because when you are captivated by the things you see, the devil is going to use those things to fool you. And if you hear rabba shabba gabba rabba shabba ranks or yabba dabba do, you're gonna say, oh, she's on fire. Oh no, she's not on fire. She's on demons. She's not on fire. She's on demons, and she knows. Then you have the witches that don't know that they are witches. And you have a lot of those. They don't know. Like the devil is using them, and they don't even know that they are being used. Oh my goodness. The church is full of them. Be careful. Don't get carried away when a person starts to speak in tongues and brabba, babba, rabba, and then say, the Lord say. A lot of those people are lying on God. The Lord did not say. Because once she say, you see, a Jezebel is always going to want to be the scene because she need to perform in order to deceive the pastor. And once she has the pastor bewitched, the whole church is messed up. Because once the pastor is under her bewitchment, he is going to let us go on stage and raise her hand and release demons on the people. And they don't even know. And once the church is under the Jezebel bewitchment, that church is on the way to hell. Why? If the Bible says in 1 John 4 to test the spirits, it is because of these same reason, these same activities. We have to test the spirits, because if you don't test the spirit, like Micaiah the prophet knew about the lying spirit that influenced 400 false prophets. You know what I'm saying? It is because these activities are imminent. They are going to take place. And so God wants us to test the spirits. You have people literally exposing the devil and are agents of the devil. It's not funny. They are exposing the devil and they are agents of the devil. When a person exposes the devil and is an agent of the devil, he's going to captivate a lot of people, because first of all, he's exposing Satan. And they're going to tell themselves, there's no way he could be a devil agent and he's exposing the devil. He's a devil agent. She is a devil agent. That's why we got to always seek God. We got to always pray. We got to always ask God questions. We got to always, the Bible says, test the spirits. Test them. Pray. If you're not sure, pray. Pray. Fast. Pray. Ask God. God is going to show you. Because what happened is, sometimes if God show you, you might rebuke God. You know how many people rebuking God? I rebuke your spirit. At the time it's Jesus. You're literally rebuking Jesus thinking it's a demon. That's how the devil got a lot of people so messed up. Listen to me. When the devil is done with you, you ain't even going to know your left to your right. You think the devil is going to come with horns? You think the devil is going to come with horns and a tail? If he does that, you're going to run. You're not going to stick around. No, he got to come in that so-called anointed woman, that anointed man, that woman that speak and shout and speak in tongues and ha, 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 hey, 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 hey. He's going to come with those type of women. Because he knows that the church has considered her to be an anointed woman of God. Plus, she knows a lot of things that a lot of people don't know. Of course, she's a witch. She works with the familiar spirits. They tell her things that she needs to know so that she could tell the church. Oh, I see in the spirit a brother in the church is having a masturbate problem. He's still masturbating. And he looks at the sex movies. Ha! Rabba, rabba, rabba. But, man, the demon told her this brother masturbate a lot. Plus, she could be the one that is releasing that spirit to the brother and cause the brother to masturbate. And the brother doesn't even know she's the one who impart that spirit to him the day she prayed for him. Or the Sunday she prayed for her. Be careful. Be careful, children of God. Be careful. Do you know how many people are under the bewitchment of Jezebel? Do you know how many pastors are deceived? Do you know how many pastors are deceived by Jezebel? Jezebel could perform. Don't mess with Jezzy. Jezzy was a false prophet. Listen to me. A false prophet or a prophetess has demons at their disposal. Okay? So they're going to tell you things that are secretive. Things that people don't know. They could literally tell you, oh, I see an accident Sunday. I see an accident. Then she's going to send a spirit of accident and mess you up. God bless.